Guys, myself Sikandar. Today I would be going to review OnePlus One, which is considered as a flagship killer phone in terms of specifications, in terms of design, in terms of build quality. Everything seems to be on the right track for OnePlus One since its launch, and people are excited throughout the world to get this phone in their hand. Recently, Amazon India was the first site where it was had a tie with OnePlus One to launch this phone in India, and exclusively I got this phone 2 days before, and after his continuous revision I just want to bring the most positive and negative points about this phone. And first of all, I want to show what is there in the box. You can just see that the box design and everything looks so awesome. It's just like it has given a royal touch to this phone. But headsets are missing, only have got a charger, and this is the Amazon India package through which I got this phone. Now I would be reviewing the positive and negative aspects of this phone. As you can see, this phone is a 5.5-inch display, got a 3 GB RAM, 2.5 GHz of processor, and cyanogen mode in it. Since cyanogen mode has recently had an exclusive tie-up with Amazon India, so it is it's very clear from cyanogen mode recently that no one who has bought the phone from Amazon India will be getting future updates from cyanogen. So to tackle this problem, 101 OnePlus One has promised to give its own version in this recent 5.0 lollipop update. Now if we just see the colors and everything over this phone, this is the lock screen of the phone, and you can have a lot of things, but most of the things, negative thing is that are paid. Only 2 or 3 themes are free in there, and you can see the colors are much vivid, but not as vivid as we have seen on Samsung Galaxy S5. And in terms of overall design, this has a very royal feel in your handset. It's very slim handset, if you can see. And from backside it has got a sandstone look, although it doesn't give a very good impression to other users that this particular phone is a very, in terms of build quality, is good. But it doesn't, I don't feel much great about the sandstone color at the back. It would have been better if they would have given 2 3 options in that phone. Camera, in terms of camera, it's just great. In low light it takes quite nice pics, except 1 or 2 laps in some of the areas, and there's a little bit distortion also. It has got a lot of features. If you can see in the camera, you have got auto mode, aqua, posterized, sepia, mono. Beauty mode is quite nice to take the pics, and even front camera seems to be quite nice. So what I would be considering, I would be giving you a quick look on its it has got selfie mode, it has got slow motion video, 4K recording, which is quite nice. Very rarely you would be seeing such type of feature in such a low priced handset. And temple run, there was no issue in running temple run on this particular phone. The colors were very bright, the graphics were really awesome, there was no lags. And if I talk about the RAM, as it has got 3G RAM, so you won't be experiencing hardly any lags in terms of any heavy usage if you go for heavy games like Asphalt 8 and other games. So I just played some portion of the temple run for you, so you won't be feeling any lag out here. See, it's flawless phone without any delays, without any shuttle. Now I was excited to see how much this particular phone will score in result, benchmark result. So you can see it scored a very decent score, 47,564 on the NTTU benchmark 5.3. Only 2 phones were above it, Mizu MX4 and Samsung Galaxy Note 4. And in Geekbench 3, it scored 2197 on multi-core and single core 972. And in terms of quadrant, it scored, the result was 23,818. So decent score. In terms of performance, you won't be getting this type of scores in any of the phone which is priced below 30 or 40,000. So next thing which I would be talking about, The design from front, it gives a feeling of Hawaii honor holy. I would have been feeling obliged to OnePlus One if they would have played with the design on the front panel. Uh, in terms of the bad news is that you won't be getting any cyanogen modes updates in future. Accessories, headphones are lagging behind. There's no headphones because they want to decrease the cost of it. And one thing I just want to tell you about, which I felt quite nice, is a gesture. If I put, see, I would be making V over it, and flashlight would be on. And if I would be making another again the V, the flashlight would be back. And if you make a circle on the screen, it the camera will be activated, and it's quite very gestures are quite catchy. The phone catches very quickly all the gestures. And you have a home screen button and back button on the downside of the panel, and if you want to get rid of it, you can just make these home buttons over there. The backlit button will be deactivated. There's an option in that. And in terms of other things which I liked about this phone is, there's not it gives a although this is little bit android stock android phone, with lot of some gestures are there. See, flashlight, V, camera, circle, and notification drawer, status bar you can modify as per your need, brightness control. And one more thing which I just felt very quite nice, see, this is the automatic auto mode, in which you can, and this is if you want to get away from the automatic backlight off, the colors, the black light is quite visible in daylight, okay. But if you want to decrease this particular, it will come to a very low, which will save your battery a low. I didn't feel saw this thing in see this thing in Xperia Z Ultra and other phones. Such one thing which I just felt in my Lenovo, which is not seen in any of the version, is that the camera give a lateral inversion image. Means it doesn't give the same type of image which you are looking on the self while taking selfies. And one thing, uh, I would just continue this. It has got three mics. One mic is here, you can see, okay, and one mic is at the top and one mic is at the down panel, okay. So for noise cancellation, you've got an extra SIM tray with it, if you're for extra use. And one thing about this phone is the camera quality is quite nice. I just give you an example of it with some selfies which I have taken. You can just judge out the image and quality of those selfies. Here is one of the selfie which I have taken, and this is quite nice. But what I was talking about, when you look into another most of the selfie cameras, your picture right side of the looks left and left looks right. So lateral inversion is there in most of the cameras except Lenovo S850, which I am using right now. But that is not the bad side of it. One more thing which I was feeling, that lot of tweaks, themes, and gestures are there. This particular has got lot of options in terms of display font size. You can display on lock screen. You can change how you can use your home buttons, back buttons in different styles or mode. It has got one more option, double tap to wake up. That's quite nice. This option you can see in HTC M8. But what actually resisting me to go further to recommend this phone to other people is that we won't be getting any new updates about, and that really give little bit make sadness feeling to the users about this phone. You can just see a lot of information has been put out here. 2884 is the MB RAM free, which is right now. And in terms of storage, you can see that storage, the free space is about 54.87 gigabyte. And you can USB on the go option is there, even NFC is there, but very few people use NFC option. What I just think that most of the people look for two three things in a phone while going for is the look. First thing which they look into the handset is the look, but I just feel like the look of this phone is not so drastic, catchy, or it just gave a bit of Chinese type of feeling after looking at this handset. If they would have played with the back panels and negativity, around this is that very few accessories are available for OnePlus One on Amazon India or any other online e-commerce site. You can order from Alibaba.com, but it might take 30 to 60 days, which might deter most of the people to go for it. And this phone is quite. I just liked it, but not that much, not to that extent like LG G3, which has a very quite catchy eyes. When you look at it, it has got a royal feel in the handset. This particular handset seems thin, but back panel really give me a little bit bad impression. Front panel would have been much more better. In terms of design, they would have decreased these bezels which are there, and most of the space is occupied by these bezels. They would have worked on little bit on the steel on the side of the panels. They would have made it given a royal feel. At the back they would have played with some more tweaks. I just only two versions of this phone is available in the market. In India, 64 GB, and 16 GB is version is not available out here, which is a silky white color. And this phone has got 2.5 gigahertz quad core processor Adreno 330, and even OnePlus One has promised Android Lollipop pop update over this. The dual one thing which I just feel negativity about this particular phone is this backlight. This is not very sharp backlight, but while clicking while taking pictures at night, it goes for dual flash. One flash comes little bit low, and second one gives a very bright. But that is not seen. That type of sharpness and more brightness is not seen in when we use this particular LEDs as a torchlight. Okay, and one more thing. First of all, I would like to once again go for all negative aspects of this phone first, and then positive. Negative is that I didn't like the back panel of it. If OnePlus One provides us more back panels with different colors, it's not easy to take out the back cover panel. Also, it's very hard. It's quietly fixed. Second thing which I don't like is the front panel, which give an impression of Chinese phones or Huawei Honor Holy. And third thing which I didn't like, this phone they would have given more gestures usage like flip to mute, or uh, uh, double tap to sleep mode, or slide to up slide down slide like you have seen in HTC M8. And third thing which I don't like, they would have made this front selfie camera much more sharper, and rear camera is good in some particular light conditions, but not overall. In night, I didn't feel that the camera is awesome. At this price they would have played much more or tweaked it much more on the camera thing. Third thing, it gives us pure stock Android feel. Video player is stock Android, gallery is stock Android, and even the calling option is stock Android. This particular this most of the things is stock Android feel. Okay, and they would have made their own user interface which would have been better in terms of third thing, they would have played. Fourth thing which I don't like about this phone is sometimes there's a distortion in the earpiece. Okay, and third thing, they haven't given any headset with it to play music. There's no music player inbuilt in that, only Google Play Music you can play music with. Fifth thing which I don't like about this phone is the color. I didn't get a very nice feel after taking it in my hand. Sixth thing which I don't like about this phone is battery backup. It drains out fast. It takes a lot of time in charging. And what I liked about this phone is specifications are quite nice, very fast on same Wi-Fi. If I'm using it on Xperia Z Ultra or this one, it has a great speed over. It takes out great speed over Wi-Fi network than as compared to other phones. Okay, and design is fine in terms of in 22,000 you cannot expect as a design like LG G3 or HTC M8 or Xperia Z3 and iPhone 6 especially. And third is fourth thing, I just like the camera quality in some of the light condition. It takes awesome clicks which you cannot take it. The vividness in the camera seems to be lacking. Even the vividness on the screen and icons is not that much great, and but overall user interface, it's flawless, tap to unlock, and these are the some good things. So guys, I'm ending this particular review of OnePlus One. This is my first review over of any phone on this YouTube. I hope you would like it. If there's any suggestions, if there's any queries from your side, do drop me a message. I am expertise in accessing our phone. If you have any queries, if you want to ask uh, whether what to buy, which particular handset to buy at a specific price, I might recommend you the one of the best handset, which you won't feel later on guilty to buy it. So anything, any queries about, I will be writing my phone number there, so you can just give me a ring and then give out. Ask for anything about any gadget, any phone, any purchasing, anything, okay, about any handset or technology sector. Thanks, I'm closing this particular thing, and thanks Amazon for giving me this phone. I hope I should continue using it and later on review it much more. Thank you.